Hey everyone, welcome to this Shraddha Academy. So in this video we are going to know about chapter 1, sexual reproduction in flowering plants. So here I'll be telling you which are the most important questions which will be coming in this chapter. So let us start. So first of all, we'll see about the diagrams and then we'll start with the small answers to big answers. Okay, so this diagram which is there of representation of LS of a flower, which is going to come for 2 marks, and here a typical stamen which is there, the whole diagram which is going to come for 2 marks. Okay, even this they might ask you even in the MCQs or in 2 marks question. Then this is a fixed question in which it is a transfer section of the young anther. This is 100% question. Okay, and here which you can see the enlarged view of pollen grains, even this is a fixed question. Fixed in the sense it is for like 5 marks also. They'll ask, if they are going to ask you for 5 marks, then you have to write a definition with this neat label diagram. Okay, and this diagram is for 5 marks only with definitions and some important points. If they ask you for 2 or 3 marks, then only draw neat label diagram and all the labelings should be present. Okay, then in this D which is there, really very important it is a diagrammatic view of typical anthroporous ovule, which is a fixed question. This is for 5 marks. Without spelling mistake you have to write the labelings. Then this is also a very important diagram of mature embryo sac of 5 marks. Okay, and even they might ask you this one which is B, and that is 2, 4, 8 nucleate stages of embryo sac. This is also 5 marks question. Then yeah, most important question which is of C, which is LS of pistil showing a pollen tube growth. This is also 5 marks question. Okay, this they don't ask you, but unfortunately if they ask you in MCQs they might. Okay, this is what I was telling you in this diagram. Actually twice it is given, but you have to keep it in a mind. Okay, see this one and this one, both are same diagrams. This is actually fertilized embryo sac. Okay, this is 5 marks question in which you have to draw all these 4. This actually both are separate, don't make confusion. This is for 5 marks and this is for 5 marks, like this. And this you might have read in class 10th, 9th, 8th also. Okay, this they might ask you for 2 marks and this is for 3 marks question, in which this is typical dicot embryo for 2 marks and LS of an embryo of grass for 3 marks. This you might have seen only in the class 10th and even in the 11th also. This they actually don't ask, but you should remember the basic ones. Then let us see which are the 2 marks questions. So 2 marks questions will be of about like very basic questions. If you are lucky children in the 2026, then you will get like what is filament, anther, stamen, like that questions. See, I'll be telling you this microsporan, this one, can you see? Microsporogenesis. This is for 5 marks question. Not for 2, not for 3. It is exactly 5 marks question, which it is microsporogenesis. Okay. Then the pollen grain question, which is for 3 marks. Pollen grain question is for 3 marks. With diagram you have to show. If it is for 5 marks also, with diagram and labeling. Don't just draw, with labeling only you have to showcase the answer. See, here I want to tell you something. You have to write about, like, the question might come, what is stamen, and you have to write some of the few points, like it is bilobe, dioecious, and in which pollen sacs microsporangia is also present with stamen, filament, and anthem. So this is a question like 2 to 3 marks. Okay, then of the pollen grain which I was telling, which is for 3 marks, you have to write each and everything which I have highlighted. You have to just make it like small points. First you do it for study purpose, and in the form of sentence only you have to write which will look big, and diagrams with neat labeled, no spelling mistakes. Then comes most important, don't confuse between megasporangium and microsporangium. Okay, this both are very much different, in which microsporangium is male gamete and the mega, in the name only you can define, mega means female, that is ovule. This question, this is also 5 marks question where you are going to get, and like they will confuse you in the form of MCQs, like what is monocarpillary, what is multicarpillary, what is synacarpose or apocarpose. Okay, so this is also important, this part especially. This part they might ask you for 2 marks or else in the MCQs directly. Then comes, this is fixed question in fill in the blank also, and even in the MCQ. They might also ask you for 2 marks, like from starting it will be from the megasporogenium only, megasporogenium. Then like what is embryo sac, what is central cell. This is actually 5 marks question, like double fertilization you all know only. With this diagram only you have to explain it for 5 marks. Then comes 2 marks question, which is pollination. What is pollination? You have to give with example. Okay, here it is the kind of pollination, it means what are the types of pollination. So the question might arise like what is pollination and what are the types of pollination. So first you will write the definition of the pollination, and types are autogamy, yeah, geitonogamy and xenogamy. In the 2 marks they might also ask you what is geitonogamy and xenogamy. Most important question, which is write the difference between geitonogamy and xenogamy. This is most commonly asked question. Okay, then in pollination, this which you're seeing, which are highlighted, casogamous and clistogamous, this both are very important. Even this is very important, this both. The types of pollination especially are really very important, you have to do it. Then what, like the question in pollination they might ask you, like you have to do in a point wise manner. Okay, like the pollen grains are light and non-sticky, this will be 1 point. Then they often possess well exposed stamens, 2nd point. Large, often feathery stigma, 3rd point. Easily trap air borne pollen grain, 4th point. Like this you have to study point wise, and while writing in the exam you have to write in the form of sentence. Okay, then the most commonly asked question which is there, pollination by water is quite rare in flowering plants and is limited to about 30 genera, mostly monocotyledonous. This is very much common asked question which I can say. Okay, and then this Zoosteria hydrella valesneria is also 2 marks question. How many marks? 2 marks question of valesneria, hydrella and Zoosteria, which will be water lily, and you have to really read them very carefully. Then comes what? Most important question, which is for 5 marks, that is what are the outbreeding devices. Okay, so the outbreeding devices will be, you have to write in the form of a sentence only, and with that a free question. It means this is also very important, which was the bold previous year question paper, previous, it means 2024 year question is this for 5 mark, which is pole and piston interaction. Okay, then 2 marks question, which is amorphophallacis, which is colorless. Okay, this is 2 marks and this both are 5 marks. Outbreeding devices and pole and piston interaction. Then comes 2 marks questions, which is like define artificial hybridization and define emasculation, what is bagging, rebagging. Okay, so these are the most commonly asked questions, 2 to 3 marks. Then what are next? Yeah, 3 marks fixed question, which I was telling in a previous page, which is of double fertilization. This is 3 marks question in which you have to write about the zygote, syngamy, primary endosperm, and then you have to draw a neat label diagram without any spelling mistake. Then post fertilization and structures and events. In this you will be getting the questions like what is endosperm. The most commonly asked question in this will be true and false fruit. What is true fruit, false fruit? Yeah, one more is there, I'll tell you. Then in the embryo they don't ask much. Yeah, this is what I was telling you, like what is true fruits, false fruits, and then what is parthenocarpy fruit. 3 marks fixed question. It is the 100%. This question will come only every year. What is true fruit, false fruit, and parthenocarpic fruit? You all might be knowing only. No need to explain once again. Then, what is difference between X-albuminous and non-albuminous? You have to just write the definition with example. That's it. Okay. Then what comes is what is perisperm. This definition is very important. You have to do that. Then yeah, what is polyembryony and apomixis? This is also 2 marks definition. What is apomixis and polyembryony? They might also ask in the 2 marks only, this both at a time. Okay, so this was all about the first chapter, the sexual reproduction in flowering plants. So this is really very important chapter, dear students. And thank you for watching this video. Please like, share and subscribe to your friends also, which they study, and it is really very interesting chapter. Thank you. Bye.